James, we are sliding into another big week of chasing.
We certainly are, Leah. I'm not sure how we're going to top your video coming down off the kids slide from yesterday, but here we are. We've got a lot to talk about.
You can have a go next time, James.
I don't think anyone wants to see that.
Well, James, we have the final of the Peter Thomas this Saturday here at Cannington.
Yeah, we certainly do. And we saw a couple of really nice heats at Cannington last weekend. We might go back and have a look at those now. Let's have a look at Jimmy's Decision and Sarong winning their respective heats. One in different manners, wasn't it? Sarong leading all the way and Jimmy's Decision having to come from behind. Let's have a look at Jimmy's Decision's race. We pick it up from the back straight. Thought this was an impressive run by Jimmy's Decision. This dog's running really well at the moment. And the back straight really starts to wind up. Comes past Veyron Star. Is running wide on the track here, but strong finish from this dog. Goes on to win it pretty comfortably in the finish. And then we flick to Sarong's heat. Well, he had to fight for the early lead, but he did get it. In the back straight here, he's got Harper's Hero sitting on his tail, but Sarong, too good, goes on to win this one. Fastest qualifier for the race, 29.78 Sarong.
I don't know who you are with, maybe towards Sarong, but I think I'm with Jimmy's Decision here, James.
All right, well, let's have a look at the field. Jimmy's Decision jumping out of box 8 here. You like him from out there?
I do. I was quite impressed with his heat run. I think he has a good chance from the outside. He generally likes to use a bit of the track, so box 8 is ideal for him. Okay.
I think Jimmy's Decision certainly in the mix here. Sarong definitely is going to be a factor. Harper's Hero is a dog I'm not giving up on either. Got an inside draw this week, whereas he was coming from an outside draw in the heat last weekend. Showed, I think, that he's up to the 520. There were some concerns that maybe he wouldn't perform at Cannington. I think he showed that he can last weekend. Sarong, obviously, probably going to be favourite. Make a decision, James. I think he's going to be favourite for this race. Ability to find the top of the field or to be near an early stage is obviously key for him. And yeah, Jimmy's Decision, I'm not 100% confident with him from box 8 though.
Yeah, I think he is maybe an outside chance. With Sarong, Harper's Hero, I definitely am in agreement with you there. With Sarong, I think loves an inside draw, but drew box 3 in the WA Sprint Championship final and didn't have that much luck, but maybe because he'd missed the start, so he comes up with a second chance. Yeah,
different field. Look, it is a good field, this one. Historic Times racing in good form. Fernando Star, veteran, can never 100% rule him out, but those are the three for me: Sarong, Harper's Hero, Jimmy's Decision.
And David Hobby also has 3 chances coming into this field, so also good to take note of that.
Indeed. What about the dog everyone's talking about with good reason, Leia? Tommy Shelby making a triumphant return to racing last weekend.
Very, very exciting to have Tommy back. I think for a little while there, James, we weren't sure if we would be seeing Tommy back after he's gone to stud, but just goes to show you can indeed mix business and pleasure.
All right, well, we were waiting for him to come back. He certainly didn't disappoint. Let's go back and have a look at his run. Of course, this is him jumping out of box 1 in the free-to-all last week. He gave the fans exactly what they wanted, and certainly gave Stephen Kira Withers the run they wanted as well. Gets a dream run into the race here along the rails. Super Zoom Jake clears the path for him. Any nerves the connections would have had about this dog going in the race, and there would have been some, they would have been dispelled pretty early. Once he gets to the front, he's off and away. No chance of losing this one. Race, it goes on to win this one in a time of 29.6. It's not too far off.
No, just a length off his PB.
Off his personal best, so not too far off his best here. Racing is certainly a lot more exciting with this greyhound around. The runner-up in this race, by the way, I want to make mention, Stargazer, top 3 finish from 8 of their past 9 starts. That's a dog that's certainly earning their keep at the moment. But can you believe, Leia, that win last week was Tommy Shelby's first in WA since the 19th of September last year. almost unfathomable.
I didn't know that statistic, so...
Mind you, we haven't seen him a lot of it.
We haven't seen him for a little while because he'd been travelling for ages.
Right.
But yeah, September, I thought it was maybe a little bit past that. But there
Nearly
you go.
a year since he's won in WA. Now, you had a quick chat with Steve Withers post that race. What's the immediate future looking for this dog?
Well, at this stage, they're just happy that he pulled up well. Of course, Tommy's well-being is their number one priority. And they said if he continues to pull up well and shows that he's happy to race, they will continue having him race, of course. But they're looking to hopefully defend his title in the Spring Gift.
Yeah, well, heats of Spring Gift are next weekend and the final the following week. They're not going to say it. They're going to take things 1 week at a time. In the back of their mind, they must be thinking if he stays sound, there's another trip east for him.
Yes, definitely. Just keeping an eye on how he's pulling up after each race.
Before all that, though, he heads into a free-to-all this week. He was in box 1 with a comeback. He's in box 7 this week, Leah.
He is, and it's 4 from 4 from box 7. He loves box 7 and box 8, so I think he has a very good chance here.
All right. Well, as per normal, handy field going into a free-to-all race, but of course Tommy will be the standout for that one. That's race 4 on Saturday night. Now, we haven't done one of these for a few weeks, Leah, so I thought it was time. We've got a greyhound in spotlight, and it is Destruction.
A new greyhound on the scene, James, has only come over not long ago, has been chasing ovaries, has had only the 2 starts here in WA at Mandurah, and I'm quite impressed, has had a healthy win in both of them by quite a few lengths.
Yeah, 2 from 2 here in WA. Let's have a look at last week's run. This is last Friday night down there at Mandurah over the 405. Destruction coming out of box 4, got good early pace. This greyhound comes out near the top of the field and quickly overhauls Turbo Fun to grab the lead, and from there it is game over. Holds them at bay. Once he hits the home straight here, absolutely burns them off in a time of 22.33. Pretty slick. The time in his first run at Mandurah as well, pretty similar to that. So he showed a lot of talent over in Victoria, this greyhound. I think he's a great pickup for Callum Robson, who's the syndicate manager, and Stephen Crystal Shinners that the kennel he goes into. Hard to go too hard too early on a dog like this, but I just think that combination is great. Callum's very astute at finding good dogs to get.
Yes.
Stephen Crystal Shinners, we know what a great job they do.
Can You Cruise, Buster the Brute,
just to name a couple that they've done good jobs of. Even Catch the Thief, when he came over for the WA Derby last year. They're the sort of kennel that turn good dogs into very good dogs. So I'm really excited to see the progress of Destruction here. Had a quick chat to Cal yesterday, and he mentioned that they're looking to step the dog up to 520 metres sooner rather than later. So yeah, looking forward to seeing this dog progress.
Well, I'd love to see how he goes here at Cannington.
Exactly right. What about down at Mandurah? There's big news down there coming up, Leah.
There is. As of next Thursday, James, for the month of September, because it was such a success here, Dude Food is hitting Mandurah. Dude Food. And I think it's worth the trip, James. Both you and I have had a taste test. Chef Alex cooked it up for us while we were up here. But yes, down at Mandurah now for the month of September every Thursday.
I think we might be getting in the car for a little bit of a road trip. Well, it's actually not that far to get down to Mandurah. But yeah, Thursday nights for Dude Food. What about racing at Cannington tonight, Leah?
Tonight we come up in an 11 race card, James. And one thing I've noticed in race 8, the greyhound jumping out of box 2, Escapeology, for trainer Colleen Pearson, comes up for her 4th consecutive win.
Yes, well, I'll be following this dog with a lot of interest, Leah, because it is my best bet for tonight, race 8. And number 2, as you mentioned, form for this greyhound really good at the moment. Ran a really nice time, 21.80 over the 380 metre journey last week. Early speed, obviously, the big factor for this greyhound. Look, I expect her to be breaking out of the handcuffs and throwing the chains off early doors here and being off and away. Escaping, yes.
Well, owner, Simon, who is Colin Pearson's son, actually mentioned that that's how she got her name. She used to try to break out of the kennels all the time, so they had to double lock her in.
I actually had a dog that we got from the RSPCA that did the same thing. He was not as quick, though. Bit of a Houdini type dog. Hey, listen, you're going for another one of Colin's dogs for tonight.
And not only am I going with one of her greyhounds, but from the same litter, James, Brother Firecloud is racing in race 6, jumping out of box 6 and ran second in mixed 4-5 company last start. So chases in grade 5 company this week, and I think will do an excellent job. Has the early speed, should be able to find the front and take out the win.
All right, we are definitely on board with Team
Colleen
Pearson this week, going for the double.
Yes, and we have lots to look forward to this week here at Cannington as well as at Mandurah. We hope to see you on track.